What the hell?
Good. All right, so tell us what we're working on today, man. So you've got some back issues that have been ongoing in 2017. You had some...
Back is the biggest. So landed on my spine, college football, went up for an interception, landed on the spine, then two kids crunched it, and that's where I got some fractures, bulging. Then fast forward 2014, got hit by a car on my motorcycle, almost died.
Jesus.
And
in Florida?
Yeah, I moved down here, I'd been here 4 months, and then got clipped. Last thing I saw was a Quebec license plate, and then I just hit it.
French Canadians, man. Never trust them.
Dude, so yeah, that happened. Had no helmet on, had a concussion, fractured L3, L4, and then hip, shoulder. Then rehab, went back to Connecticut, went to Yale, New Haven, did a bunch of work there, but no surgeries, just epidurals, cortisone, stuff like that, and then rehab. Moved back down, and I was feeling good, and that's when I got into bodybuilding.
Okay.
And then I turned pro in 2018, and I remember on stage in Miami at the national show, Mr. Universe, the pain was going down my leg, wrapping into here, and in my pose I had to put my thumb into that like gluteal medial nerve and try to push and block the pain. I remember getting off stage after finals, and I just face planted and just fell on the ground. And people thought I was like dehydrated or like, you know, having a stroke or something. And I was like, no, I'm good. That Monday I went to the doctor, and he's like, you need surgery, like yesterday.
Was that the same show you got your pro card in, or is that what happened?
Yeah, I won my class, got my pro card, and then
that was done. Okay.
So yeah, and then I shot the cover of Muscle and Fitness with Parabinol, and then flew back, and then went under the knife. Then I told you the first doctor hit a nerve, this whole leg atrophied.
And that was a discectomy?
Discectomy.
Okay.
That was the first one, and then I thought that was gonna be the answer, and I'd get back on stage. And then it ultimately, after the fusion, it was a year between both surgeries. It was about a 23-month process of no training, no competing, obviously. I could barely cut hair. Everything was limited. And then I was on pain medication. I went into like a depression. And I was like so disconnected from like reality, and I was upset, and I was irritable and angry. And I didn't even want to like post on social media. And I had like just built up this huge following, fan base, everyone waiting for me to make my comeback. And now I'm ready to like give up. So I'm trying to find things to pivot to get out of this. And then I ultimately got a sports psychologist. And then finally the fusion, I was cleared, and I was back in the gym. And right as I get my momentum going, I was out in LA filming this movie, and then COVID hits. And I'm like, I can't get any momentum. So then I moved back to Florida, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a run back on stage. So I'm 7 weeks out from my pro debut finally, and everything's been feeling good, but now that I've been putting more mass on again, I'm starting to feel like there's tightness around the fusion. This shoulder, from like, however the body works, where it's connected, whenever I'm doing stuff, there's like this clicking, especially if I'm doing any rotation, and weakness, like back here.
Okay.
And then just some weakness on the inside here, to where even when I'm running, I'll notice when my foot hits, my gait will go to the outside.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get that back. And the challenge is juggling strength training with functionality, and then also not compensating, because in bodybuilding it's all about symmetry. So in other sports where if you have an injury, you can kind of get away with it by switching positions, or you can't really hide it. You could maybe, but so that's why I've been reaching out to you for a while, because I've worked with some people locally and they're good and everything, but there's pro and then there's master. And I'm all about like mastery. if I'm trying to be the best, or I'm going to work with the best coaches, I'm going to work with the best PTs, I'm going to work with the best nutritionists. Because you look at people that we look up to, LeBron James, Kobe when he was, Tiger Woods, Conor McGregor when he was at the height, John Jones. These guys spend millions of dollars on coaching for mental health, physical health, nutrition. So it's like, why not? Why not seek out the best?
And so tell me about the results you had after the fusion. So you said the first surgery you had, it actually hit a nerve and made things significantly worse in your leg. Now, were you having back pain before that, or was it mostly in the leg before the first surgery?
Low back pain, like aching tightness,
okay.
But most of the pain was in my glute,
okay.
And then wrapping through here.
Okay.
And then all this was numb.
Okay.
Started 2 years after the epidurals, they started to wear off.
Okay.
And I was...
But the epidurals were for the pain in the back first.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, then you started having...
Because after the motorcycle accident, I didn't notice
stuff in your leg.
Anything traveling.
It was your back that was hurting.
It was just tightness and pain here.
Okay.
So I think not feeling the pain with that, with the epidurals, and then pushing my body in bodybuilding,
sure,
just sped up the process.
And so you had a pretty big herniated disc when you had the discectomy. Was that the?
Yeah, it was bone on bone.
Okay.
It was completely like squashed.
Okay.
Even the ones above and below are a little, but he was like, I don't want to touch those. Like, let's just
cut that part of the disc out or whatever.
Yeah. So
okay. And so when they fused it, did they put bone chips in? Do you know if they put an artificial disc?
Yeah. They put an artificial disc and 4 screws, 2 rods.
That's at L5S1 or L4, L5?
L3, L4.
Okay, so higher up.
Yeah.
So you had broken that bone on the wreck?
Yeah, I don't know the medical term, but you know how there's the bone that holds each vertebrae like a puzzle? Mm-hmm. It snapped and my spine was like 15 degrees off to the right.
So you had pars fractures, does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so you have some issues with that quad as far as like activation?
Activation, endurance. If I'm doing, workouts where I'm training at the, squats,
it twitches,
leg extensions, it twitches, but they'll counter each other. When I go isolation movements, this IT band is so overworked that if I like even touch stuff after I train legs, it's like a shooting pain. And then my hips have become super tight and they'll lock up very quickly. Yeah, I had a bodybuilder leg here and a marathon runner leg.
Wow.
It was bad. And I was freaking out, like,
sure,
is this permanent?
Yeah.
And no, the doctors couldn't give me a definite answer until I met the doctor in Miami.
Okay.
And then once I was back in the gym, I was back in the gym 21 days after the fusion.
Yeah.
My doctor told me I was good. Probably went a little soon. But I started to notice it coming back. And that's when I had like hope. And that's when the depression started to shift.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've been having some paresthesia in the first 3 fingers on the left side in particular? You were benching to push your neck into the
So because I was so focused on this injury, I wasn't really looking at my shoulder issues or my neck issues. And from cutting hair since I was 13, holding your hands up here and having your head like this. 13 I started cutting hair. Okay. So I've had shoulder issues, wrist from the clippers.
And did you have any other injuries in football? Shoulder injuries?
I had fractured a hip.
Okay.
Dislocated my shoulder multiple times. I've had 7 recorded concussions.
Okay.
But God knows how many before, they're actually pop owner. You get what do they call it? A ringer.
I mean, even in college and high school, it's like things go white or yellow, but just for a second, and you're like, okay, I'm back. The ones they recorded, we all knew the ones that make you nauseous and.
Oh yeah, you can't walk.
Yeah, but all the other ones are, they're concussions.
Your concussions are just you can still function.
Yeah, you just get some smelling salt and some ammonia and rock and roll.
Good.
You hurt? You injured? What's the difference, coach? Well, see, if you're hurt, you can play. If you're injured, you can't.
I'm hurt.
I think I'm just hurt, coach.
See the scars?
Yeah, I can see it.
And then I constantly have to
Try to bring your right one up to make it more symmetrical.
Yeah.
So try to really flare both lats out wide. Yeah, there it is. You can see that left side out. So then you'd have to let go of the right shoulder a little bit and elevate it for symmetry. Yeah.
And then I feel like my whole.
Then you lose tone in your lower back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the thing, is trying to.
Posing's a lot harder than people think, man.
It's like dancing. But now if you're dancing and you got a bum knee or you're, bum shoulder, now everything's shifting because you're hyper focused on that.
Just. Okay, and come on back up. And now the other right. So maybe ducked. Okay, now the left side. Now it feels like you're using your neck more.
Yeah, and it's all crunchy.
Let's pull this foot up. Just the foot. Okay. Now this side. Try to pick it up higher. Like you really want to pick the whole foot up. Okay, same thing here. Okay, and again here. And again here. Okay. Push down. Okay, and push down. And down. Does that feel like you're using different muscles?
Yeah, because I notice even when I'm doing calves.
The inside it's not firing as much.
Yeah.
It feels like you're using a lot more of this. Yeah. So coming out of there is pretty rough. Yep. All right, let's flip you over on your stomach first.
After he finished the surgery, I was like walking out after my bowels moved. And he's like, Casey, I want you to know, now you're unbreakable. I was like, don't tell me that. I'll do something to break it. Me getting back on stage now, like,
you're gonna prove something, right?
muscular development. They had me on the cover 2017, and they want to do a follow-up in Generation Irons, doing a documentary about the comeback from something like this. Because you hear about, like, Ronnie Coleman, he waited till the end of his career to do all his spine work.
Sure.
And then, they say, how are you going to come back after a spinal fusion, And right now, aside from my left quad, my body's
looks
bigger and better than it was, pre-surgery.
Wow. Well, for somebody like me, I graduated college in 06, 05, and I basically, my back, I've had problems. I never did a squat again, right?
Yeah.
And I was a 500-pound squatter in college, and 550 maybe.
Beast.
And I was just done with it, right?
What were you playing? I didn't ask you.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5'11", 6 foot.
Outside, middle?
Depends. Different schemes. I was playing safety actually at first.
Rover?
More Sam.
Yeah.
Some more stand up on the edge of the line, taking on tight ends. And so I lost. I was probably 222 my senior year. By the next summer, I was down to 185, 190. So I had kept the weight off for a long time, and I just wanted to look better. I was tired of being chubby.
Yeah.
Back then I couldn't grow a beard to cover my face. So they couldn't see my triple chins.
Right.
And then when the physique came out in 2011, I think it was like, oh, that sounds fun. Maybe, I'd always watched bodybuilding. I was always a fan of Dorian Yates, Kevin Levrone, Flex Wheeler, Ronnie, all those guys going all the way back.
But exactly what you said, these
Sean
guys,
Ray.
These guys were at a different level that the average human being could never get to.
No.
Then men's physique comes in.
Even with all the goods, still couldn't look like that.
Give him everything Ronnie was taking.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
So yeah, when men's physique came in, it was like, oh, look, there's something that I could possibly do.
And men's physique and bikini was made fun of when it came out.
They're calling it mankini, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you mean the physiques that everybody always wanted to look like back in the day? Right? It's literally, like I said, the Frank Zanes and the Steve Reeves and that physique. Even the big boys. Even if you look at Franco or
Arnold.
I mean, Arnold had a huge chest and huge biceps, but he didn't have legs like these other guys had.
No.
So it was the mass monsters. Really showed up in the late 90s.
Yeah, as the food we eat started to get more
It changed.
injections.
And the injections we got ended up being more scientifically rigorous.
Oh,
and
no.
People started finding cow and horse variations.
The bull testosterone and EQ.
Yep. All of a sudden, another 30 more pounds was coming on the body, and they started injecting insulin. And
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Then insulin came into the factory, and I remember the guy I was working with, the VP of the supplement company I was with. He was sponsored by NO Explode with Ronnie Coleman, and he said they would pump up for like photo shoots. And he said he swears to God, Ronnie would double in size just from pumping up. And he was like, how is that possible? And they were like, want some insulin?
Yeah, well, all the carbs he's putting are going directly into his muscle
my
cells
God.
right now.
Like his skin's gonna burst.
Right.
But that kind of chemistry changed everything.
Change the game. So right there,
Yeah,
is that tender?
yeah, always.
Okay. Let's raise this leg up as high as you can. Okay, now let's do the other side. Okay. Does that feel stuck or weak?
Well, the left.
Yeah. Relax it down. Okay, let's do that one again. Back down. Okay, and again. There we go. Back down. It's a little too high. Okay, and again on the left. And the right side. Okay, back down. Tender there.
Yeah.
Let's get a little side joint in too. Okay, let's go and raise it again. Good, back down. Get right in here one more time. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, and left one. Let's feel more close.
Yeah. I just feel where remember I told you the pain? That is where it feels weak.
Okay. Okay, try it again.
Which side?
Left side.
It's weird. How does that work?
A lot of experience.
I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, it just went up and didn't feel that strained?
On the right side?
Yeah. Okay, try it again. Yeah. That's definitely the angle. So your whole spine's twisted, huh?
Is it?
Yeah, seems like it. Compared to your pelvis, which explains what you were explaining earlier as far as feeling twisted, like you can't go to the left.
Yeah.
So if I bring your pelvis the opposite direction of your spine, yeah, right there. Okay. See the left side again. There we go. How did that feel in the glute?
It feels very fluid.
Okay. Like you're activating the right parts and not straining so much?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my God.
So what was the first show you did?
Ow. I did a local show in Miami in Coral Gables,
Okay.
and I was completely natural, like eating and like whole foods, taking protein shakes, and I got on stage. And I felt like a little boy. And I went up to my coach. I was like, "How are they that big? Like what?" He's like, "Well, they're taking this and this and this and this, and you're taking nothing." And I was like, "Okay." He's like,
Okay.
He's like, if you want to compete, you have to talk to your friends and family and make that decision.
You gotta play the game.
And then I went and got my blood work done,
Uh-huh.
and I actually had low test. Oof. Oh, give me a minute. Breathe through the pain.
I'm trying. Oh, you mean you?
Oh
He's
my
giving
God.
out good advice right now.
So then I started some testosterone because my test levels were a 76. For anybody who knows blood work.
It's like suppressed as hell.
Yeah, it's supposed to be between like 3 and 600.
Just from dieting hard, or what do you think?
No, so my early 20s, I was big into like ecstasy, Molly, partying. I was doing like coke, and I was like running nightclubs in Boston and Connecticut. I had like fallen into because I injured my back.
So you were a bro.
Dude, I was.
You were Chad mode.
It was bad because I couldn't play football anymore.
You were Giga Chad.
Yeah, Giga Chad, straight up. The doctor's like, you can't play contact football ever again after my back. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? So I just lost my passion, and they gave me painkillers.
Right.
So now I'm like, oh, okay. And I remember my boy who got drafted by the Diamondbacks had a messed up shoulder, and he had him too. And he was like, you know, if you like,
you need some. Sup.
And then I was running the nightclubs, and then people were paying for VIP tables with ecstasy. And then next thing you know, it was a daily thing.
It was like 2010, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
In the moment.
Then I got arrested.
For that analog ban.
Right. I got arrested, and I remember I was sitting in the holding cell.
In Boston?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Bridgeport Correctional Facility.
Bridgeport.
No joke.
No joke. Bridgeport jail, not where you want to be.
No. Horrible.
Flip over, go face up.
And then that's when I decided, I was like, so 2015 came
Clean it
out.
up. Is that why you moved? Get away from it?
Yeah, don't drink, don't do drugs, don't do any of that.
There you go.
And then I now mentor.
Now he's straight edge Chad.
Straight edge Chad, bro.
What's up, bro?
Except for testosterone.
Pick that knee up. That's medical. Pick that knee straight up. Still got some work to do there. Let's bend forward again. Same spot?
No. It's, the tightness is gone here. I feel the tightness here, but that's just from.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're able to stretch now too.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Try to relax that.
The strength complete. Ooh.
Okay, let's go ahead and stand up. I want you to pull that hand straight down towards the ground. Straight down, straight down. Keep going down, keep going down. Reach, pull your lat. There we go. Now palm forward. Same motion, keep pulling down. Keep pulling. Good. So keep going back. Keep going, keep going, keep going. A little more. Good. Check something here.
Oh! What the hell?
Okay, try it again.
It's even with the right, no?
Yeah. Now pull that a little back pretty hard. A little harder. Alright, let's stand up. Really relax that shoulder girdle. No. Let's pull scapula down then. Let's try to raise it again.
And there's nothing like stopping the range of motion now.
Yeah.
Oh! Fuck. Why?
Reach that arm up. Okay, let's try it again. Usa.
Stop breathing for a second.
Got the furry wall. How about there?
That's good.
Yeah. Each layer you peel off exposes a new layer.
Oh my god.
Just reach right in there and take somebody's heart.
I feel
Indiana
like
Jones.
flawless victory.
The thuggies. Alright.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that smooth in like 3 years.
Yeah. Reach all the way up and back. Some of this is fascial. It's below the actual pec insertion. Arch a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stick your chest out a little more. There you go. Good. Let's go back in there.
The knuckles of fury.
There we go. Couple more there.
Yeah, right.
Give me 4 more. Yeah, give me a few more. I still don't have it all the way in there. Is it in yet? I want you pushing out that
There
way.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Keep going back. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
I'm trying.
One more time, let's check that.
Oh my God.
There's a troublemaker. There we go. Do a row on this side. Left arm. Keep pulling back hard. Keep pulling back hard. Good. Yep. Go right there. Drop that shoulder down. Actually, do that back pose you were doing.
Which one?
Yeah, hands on hips and then, yep. Keep pulling back. Keep pulling. Good. Okay, do it again. Ah. Yeah, I think your posing coach is gonna like that.
How's it look?
Looks good. Like I said, I think your posing coach is gonna like it. Yeah. Flush. Can you feel it?
Yeah, now it feels like it's off because my body's used to it being off.
So that's not tight as tight anymore.
No.
Feel that?
Yeah, because you couldn't even touch it with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even the low lat connection to the oblique.
For sure. This raised high ends are popping more. Need one more mirror. One mirror shy of being able to see that pose.
And my first workout done for the day.
Just do the same thing and it's fine.
Yeah. It's the smoothest it's been.
Yeah, it's good.
Symmetrical.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yep. Like I said, I think your posing coach is gonna be happy. All right, so we just got done. Probably had some similar body work before, maybe not quite to this extent.
A little bit.
Okay.
Nothing at this level.
Okay. Tell them where they can find you on all social media.
So you
Instagram,
can find me Casey Christopher on Instagram and
YouTube.
Facebook fan page Casey Christopher on YouTube. Website is thecaseychristopher.com. And then also we have a foundation for mental health, addiction, alcoholism that we do with my friends ScottSawinFoundation.com. So any of you guys struggling, you know a family member struggling, you can send me a DM, email. I'm always there to talk.